Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Green and this is another in my pre-cal lessons. I hope you guys are enjoying them. Where should you be? You're in Unit 5. That's where we are doing. That's what I'm working on right at the moment is in Unit 5. Remember, every Monday I close a couple of things down. If you don't have grades in there, it's going to be a 0 and it remains a 0 in your grade book. Not a good thing. Need to get them taken care of. Okay, moving forward here. We're talking about conics. Okay, today we're going to take up the hyperbola, this one over here. Okay, we're slicing the napes, we're slicing the cones vertically so that we get two objects here. It looks like a parabola up here and a parabola down there. That's what you're going to be looking at when you're looking at a hyperbola. Okay, it's not just one, but there's two of them. Now, interesting concept here, and I want you guys to recognize it. None of these are functions. Why? Because you slice a circle vertically, it doesn't pass the horizontal line test. Not a function. You slice an ellipse, it's not a function. You slice a parabola. Well, maybe you can get some of them that are functions, but if you put a horizontal parabola on there, it's not a function. And a hyperbola definitely is not a function. So you're winding up with non-functions here, but they're things that we're studying in Algebra 2. So I want you to flash back to functional stuff that we were talking about. We studied the circle, and that was our equation for the circle. Okay? We looked at the ellipse. Okay? And there's our equation for the ellipse. And we discovered that ellipse is really just, or a circle is just a specialized ellipse where a and b are the same, where this number and this number are the same. Well, let's say they were both 16. If they were both 16, I would multiply through and I'd have 16 over here. And it's the equation for a circle again. Okay? So you can just see that's the way that works. Okay? And we talked about where the vertices were located and where the foci were located. Now we're going to look at a hyperbola. Well, in a hyperbola, what you're going to wind up with is two parabolas that are opposite each other, like that. Okay? There's a couple things about these hyperbolas that you probably need to know. Okay? There is a line that is asymptotic going both directions here, like that. Okay? There's a center located right here where those two lines cross. And we're talking about all the points that are equal distance from a couple of other points that we will show you where they are, called foci and vertices. Okay? So that's what we're talking about when we're talking about a hyperbola. Read the lessons, watch the lessons. They will talk about that very easily and tell you everything about them. Okay? This is our equation for a hyperbola. Wait a second, Mr. Green. That equation looks very similar to the one you gave us for the ellipse back here. Notice this. What is that? That's a plus sign. Let's go look at the hyperbola again. Minus sign. The difference between them is whether you're adding or subtracting. That is the entire difference between those two formulas. See how this one's being added and this one is being subtracted? That's the difference between them. That's how you can tell them apart. Okay? The h and the k, still the center. That's still that point on the hyperbola right here where the two lines will cross. Okay? Hyperbolas, A and B, whichever one is greater, tells you whether it's horizontal or whether it's vertical. Okay? Whichever one is the greater one. Your vertices are going to be located at H, that's that value right there, H, plus or minus A, or if it's not a horizontal one, if it's a vertical one, it would be at H plus A, comma K. Your foci are going to be located at H plus or minus C. How do we find C again? A squared B squared equals C squared. Add these two together, find the square root of it, and that'll be your C. Okay? H plus or minus C, or at H plus or minus C, comma K. Those are going to be your foci. There's an equation for those asymptotic lines. It's going to be y is equal to k plus or minus a divided by b times x minus h. Or, if it's a vertical one, it'd be y is equal to k plus or minus b divided by a, x minus h. So, I'm giving you the information that you need to know to solve the problems. It's a matter of just using these equations and you will be able to follow along and answer the questions about the hyperbola. Next time we're going to take up the parabola. Now, the problems we've looked at in the past have all been vertical ones. We're going to be looking at the horizontal ones as well, and we'll give you a general equation for that one. Okay? Have any questions? Make certain you're coming to Toga. This is a confusing topic. You do need to get questions answered, so please don't try to do it on your own. Come to Toga, ask questions. I would be glad to answer them for you. I appreciate you telling me that you're in pre-cal every time you send me K-mails. It does help me find your information quicker. And I look forward to seeing you next time.